Good afternoon. My name is George Baha'i. I'm so happy you're here. Hey, yeah, there you go. Do you need it? Prepare for a loud Finally got it on now. I can't get it off. Welcome to this talk on time prophecies from the Bible, the Quran, and the book of Revelation. Actually, there aren't so many prophecies from the time prophecy of the Quran. There is one, which I found. It's not a specific time prophecy, but it's a general time prophecy. And it's about Israel. Can you imagine? So, why don't we just go get started? You know, I like to, just so you know, I'm the kind of person I like to hit the ground with my feet running. In particular, that will be helpful because I've got about a 3-day seminar to cram into an hour and a half, which I understand is about an hour and 15 minutes, so I'm going to have to run even quicker. Can you read that? The small print is okay. I want you to understand what Bible prophecy is before I tell you what a time prophecy is. And just so you know, I'm just a Baha'i. I've done some research. I've come across them. I'm not going to be talking so much about the prophecies that Abdu'l-Baha has explained in some answered questions from Revelation about the beast with the 7 heads, the 10 horns, and my 2 witnesses, which he says are Muhammad and Ali, and the 1,200 and 1,260 days prophecies. I have some prophecies from Daniel that relate to that because it's the same time frame. And I've got some interesting discoveries that I've made on my own. I'm by no means an authority. The House of Justice has reminded us in its recent letter, December 28th, explaining to the assemblies that, reminding what the Guardian said, that theirs is not to dictate, but to consult. And so I'm not going to dictate to you and tell you that I have any authority to say this. But it's something that I've discovered, and I find kind of interesting, and I'm hoping to share it with you, and I hope that you find it interesting. Or not. Another thing about me, I like to make people happy. I like to make people laugh. And even at my job, I like to make my clients laugh, you know, a real good, hearty laugh before they go before. I'm an attorney. Not before I present them the bill, because I don't charge anything. I work with poor people, but before they go to the judge and go to prison, I like them to have a good hearty laugh. You'd be surprised. Some of these guys do, man, you're so good. I'm going to prison, but you're good, man. Have a good time up there. Okay, understanding Bible prophecies is not something that we mortal men can do on our own. And it's, in fact, it's beyond the comprehension of ordinary men. And if you read the Bible, you see that even the prophecies that are given there, like Daniel in the beginning, when he talks about Michael the great prince, I've got it highlighted. But thou, O Daniel, shut up. Shut up the words, sorry. I think God would actually tell him his prophets to. He might tell us. And seal the book even to the time of the end. No man was found worthy to open the book, but except the Lion of Judah. And I'm always amazed at religious scholars who can say, well, we figured out what the prophecy means. And, well, are you the Lion of Judah? Are you the one who can unseal the book of the 7 seals? Conversation usually doesn't go much longer than that. Like long conversations anyway. But discerning these hidden meanings requires a divine intermediary, which is one of God's prophets, which is, God made the prophecies. He doesn't explain them to us for a reason. He says the time will come. When that time comes, Baha'u'llah will open the book and tell us all about it, what it means. And we will, of course, dutifully run to the trough, the prophecy trough, and follow him, right, won't we? Hello? Yes. So God has made a covenant with mankind that he will never abandon man to himself, which a lot of people don't like that They would prefer to be abandoned to themselves. They've got a pretty good racket going on out there. And why should God send a messenger to disrupt their economy as immoral as they are? He'll always send us a divine messenger who has a mission. What is his mission? Right. And to guide humanity to the path of righteousness. So if he's come here to guide us, what does that mean? Okay, we're not on the path of righteousness. Okay, now a time prophecy, in case you've never heard one of these before. Now you've seen it in the book of Revelation. You've seen Abdu'l-Baha explain these prophecies about the 1260 days. A time prophecy is a particular prophecy that foretells a coming of the appearance of a messenger of God or a rather significant event. Jesus is referred to, he's the short one. The prophecy of Jesus is the short arrow on your handout. He's referred to by Daniel as Messiah the Prince. And wouldn't it be great to go to your Christian friends and say, hey, I can show you in the Bible where Daniel foretells the exact year that Christ the Messiah will appear. And they're always, oh yeah, until you show them. And not only the year that he appears, but it's a week prophecy. I mean, it's weekdays, 70 weeks. And the last week is when, Christ appears. And of course, that's when John the Baptist appeared. And between the two of them, their ministry lasts about 7 years. And Christ is in the middle of the week, exactly as Daniel had foretold. Muhammad is also foretold in time prophecies in the book of Revelation that Abdu'l-Baha explained, and Baha'u'llah is referred to many times as Michael the Great Prince, which is the first page. He's the Lord of Hosts, the Ancient of Days. How many times have you heard Baha'u'llah in his writings claim that he's the Ancient of Days? Plenty of times. Michael actually...
Michael ever exist?
Yes, Michael is a name. Michael is a Hebrew name, and you have a lot of names that end in E-L. Michael, Daniel, Ezekiel, Carmel. El is the Hebrew word for God. So Michael in Hebrew is Michael, and Michael means he who looks like God. So it's not like you name your kid Michael. This is not a name, this is a type. He who looks like God. And what a great day that'll be when Michael comes, right? Baal is also claimed to be the Lord of Hosts, the Ancient of Days. You know how many times the Ancient of Days is mentioned in the Bible? Lots, right? Once. I have the prophecy here on your handout. We're going to go all over it. And it's amazing. That's a prophecy of the one horn and the three horns. Yes. We're good here? All right. Okay. How's that? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it saying? Hello. That's it? Okay, well, I'll at least look for it. Thank you, Rebecca. I have some of the printouts. This is an 8-page printout. I think a page is missing. Did everybody get a handout?
I need one.
I need one too.
Sorry.
Oh, no.
Have a go. Someone want to come and get this? I've run out of those. Well, since you asked. I have some. I don't have the time, proper time.
We were told in the last class that all the
They're all going to be downloaded onto the Baha'i Conference website. So Baha'u'llah is also referred to as the everlasting Father, the glory of the Lord, the mighty God, the glory of the God of Israel, and the significant event is the restoration of Israel, which implies something happened to Israel.
Are you guys
And
together?
something has already happened.
Okay.
So restoration of Israel.
So we're out of the timeline. Anybody else?
The time prophecy will specify a length of time for the duration of this
The what?
event or the coming of someone.
Oh,
Nam.
Daniel has asked,
Nam.
how long shall it be before the end of these
No,
wonders,
that's
and the transgression of desolation. So those are kind of, they're not saying that, oh, and then the promised one will come, but he calls it the transgression of desolation and the end of these wonders. So these are time prophecies that I've found in the Bible. There's the prophecy of the 7 times. You're all aware of the prophecy of 7 times, right?
No.
No? Okay, we have a fun time. 2,300 days. One of Daniel. That's the one that the Millerites calculated that would resolve in 1844. The 70 weeks, of course, is the prophecy of Jesus that Abdu'l-Baha has explained. A time, times, and then half. And I love this biblical grammar where they say and half, which is 1,260 days. This correlates with the prophecy in Revelation that Abdu'l-Baha has explained. 3.5 days is also in Revelation. 42 months is the duration that the beast will rule, will overthrow Islam. Interesting how the good guys get days and weeks and times, and the bad guys get months. They don't get day prophecies or week prophecies. There's another prophecy of 1,290 days, 1,335 days, an hour, day, a month, and a year. We're not going to be able to get to that one. A season and time we'll brush on briefly, and 666 actually is a time prophecy. Now, what is 666? The what? The mark of the beast, I've heard? You all agree it's the mark of the beast? Have you ever read in the Bible where it says 666 is the mark of the beast? Right. Yeah, you're relying on somebody else. This is always a good idea. When somebody else tells you something, you're going to go with what that person says. Because that person wouldn't lie to you. Nowhere in the Bible does it say the mark of the beast is 666. So, just
What does it say?
the number of the beast. It's a big difference. For people to say, oh, the mark and the number, well, they're the same. Who are they to say that? They didn't write the Bible. So here's your timeline. Oh, it's working. Now, the first prophecy I want to talk about is not a time prophecy, but it's a prophecy about the Lord of Earth. And in this prophecy, it's only 2 verses from Isaiah, so it should take a couple hours to go through it. It's the one that begins, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. And you all know that the Christians own that prophecy. This is a prophecy about Jesus. And they're convinced it's about Jesus. And in many ways, in some ways it is. But I have found